Want some resources on how you can get help doing all your content and your videos that you want to publish? Well, I got them for you. I got some great ones. So anyway, I'm Kathy Byrnes. I'm a realtor here in the Charlotte, Lake Norman, North Carolina area, and I do lots of videos and videos. I can't do it all. If you're selling homes, you need help, right? Well, I got some help for you. So it all started with me just doing Facebook Lives. I'm a big believer in Facebook Lives. That I can do myself. I can upload those. I don't need to edit them, and I download the video, and it's fine. And people like raw video like that, right? So that's good, and I'm going to encourage you to do that, because as I mentioned in my last video about being visible, we have to be. Otherwise, we'll become invisible as AI really takes over how fast things are happening in our world, and how easy it is to just work from home in what almost every industry is feeling. And so if you're not visible, you're invisible. And if you're invisible, then how is anyone ever hiring you? How do you become the expert in your area? How do they know who you are? Because people don't buy houses every 2 years or 1 year. You know what I mean? So you have to be the one making yourself out there on the social media that they're at, right? And YouTube is Evergreen. If you don't know what that means, it is basically people can search on YouTube for whatever they're looking for, and they can find it 24/7. It doesn't drop down in a feed like it does in Facebook or Instagram or even LinkedIn, right? So it's searchable. And that's usually how people go to YouTube. They'll search something, they'll do a hashtag or a term, and they'll be looking for something. Now, that in itself is tricky. Like, how do I come up with the search terms? I don't know what I'd search for, right? So you need help. So in the beginning, you can do the best that you can. You can ask ChatGPT to help you. You can say, here's my subject, give me some search terms that people might be looking for, and it'll spit out some answers. You can also go to Google Keywords and find out what are the latest keywords. I think that's in the advertising. If you were to do advertising with Google, like Google AdWords, it's one of the features in there where you can look up different keywords as a search, but that's a long way around to do it. This is your business. I'm going to tell you the truth. You got to invest in it. And the sooner you do and budget for it, the better it'll be. The more visible you can be, the more business you will get. Now, there's this one gal in Wisconsin. She is amazing with video of how she does bring in first-time home buyers. Most of her clientele is first-time home buyers. And she does a lot of previews. She gets their permission to go into these different homes, and she previews them. And they're not even her listings, right? But she's gotten listings because people were watching how she did that, right? But her target market is much younger. She's in a town that doesn't do high price points, so her market is lower. Me, I'm always looking at my net, because she's also at a franchise, so she's paying the split for the company there plus the franchise fee, and so her net is much smaller. Now, another gal I've got, Kate Murphy, she's a great one to follow on Instagram. She has been working with investors, and she does a lot of first-time home buyers too, but her price point is higher. And I think that has a lot to do with the type of homes that she's showing. However, she uses a tool called ManyChat, which is a bot, and she has a way, and I kept wondering, why do you always say that one word in your post? And say, if they say this one word, then she'll give them this downloadable document that they were looking for. And finally, one day, I interviewed her. I said, tell me, what goes on, girl? What goes on? I need to understand this. She goes, I use ManyChat. And I go, what is it? Well, it was a workflow process that works with Meta platforms. The Meta platforms are Instagram and Facebook, both business profiles. Business. So you need a business page with Facebook or a business account with Instagram, right? So now you get this ManyChat, which is a bot, which has a workflow. So if it recognizes it's attached to either one of those accounts, the Facebook or the Instagram, and if you program it to say, if somebody in the response says this particular word, you will automatically send them a request that you get their name and their email. They will fill it out, and then the next step the chat does, the mini chat, is send them that thing. However, it starts an email list, and that's how Caitlin is brilliant. So it started an email list. She's been doing this for over 3 years. I think she told me she's done 30 million in business with this as she evolved, and she's getting better and better and better. Now, since then, she's also monetizing some of those things that she puts down. She's become a coach. She's has expensive programs that people gladly pay because they see her value. And this is my point. You need to be valuable. So she's monetized different things that she's got downloaded. She's got a little storefront, and I interviewed her about that. You can follow her on either one of my channels. I've got her at Tech Savvy Realty Solutions, or I've got her on this channel. And just look her up, Caitlin Murphy, Catin Murphy, and watch all her interviews that I think I've done 3 with her, because she's impressive. Under 30, amazing, and doing all this business and still has balance in her life. She's incredible, worth following. So that mini chat, now she's created this email list that she can now take to a different step. She can now reach out to them. She can do her newsletters. They can get things about different properties that she's got coming up. They're like the insiders. And so when people reach out to her, they are automatically saying, I want you to be my agent. I already know and like and trust you. You're cool. You're really cool. So that's how you can use ManyChat. Now, my service that I use, I have 2 different ones. Simple Tube, which I'll have the link over here. They handle this channel for me. They are the ones that I create the video. I'm in Zoom right now. I have a paid for version. I go in, I put my background picture in here, and I have content that I've figured out ahead of time, and I try and do a 10-12 minute video, right? 8 to 12 minutes. And I create it on whatever content that I want to create it on. And then I send that link to SimpleTube. We have it, it's all set up. They created the whole process for me, where I put my link in, they take it, they edit it, they let me know when I need to review it. I approve it or not if I have some suggestions. They've already got all the verbiage for the description that's going to go, the chapters, because you want chapters, you want that video broken down into chapters within your description. That makes it more searchable. They do the SEO title, they do the SEO everything that I don't have to worry about. And I do, I think she posts one video for me. She has different programs. I think we do 1 video and then 2 reels, because she'll do reels for me. But she puts them on my YouTube channel, she puts them on my Facebook, she puts them on my TikTok, and she puts them in my LinkedIn. That's pretty awesome, right? So I'm in all those platforms, and she does all that for me. Then I also have another group that does my podcasts, and I will have the link to those guys in here as well, because I was interviewed about, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, they're called Icons of Real Estate, and they interviewed me just because of my story of how I started from nothing and built up a solid business. And so then this last year, I think it was around January or so, they said, you make a good podcaster. We think you should do a podcast. And I go, I like that idea, because I like interviewing other agents, right? I want to hear their nuggets. So we came up with the name of our thing, which was called Real Estate Riches. Somebody else already had that though, so we had to add a little word. And now it says Get Real Estate Riches when you go to link on it. So I think today we've done 20 podcasts. Those guys do all the editing for me. They even find me the speakers. We have a spreadsheet that everything goes on as well. I put it in there. I review them. They do reels for me as well with each one of them. I do the video. It's all set up through my Calendly. So, and that is linked specifically for one day. We have certain time slots that are open, so I only do shootings on one day. Wednesdays are my afternoons that I focus on that. And then I am reviewing it. I review the reel. I review the description. I make sure everything looks right. And then they send the copy of the reel. They'll grab a quote out of there and make it as like a story. They'll send the whole video back to the person that I've interviewed. We tag them when we post them so that they get recognition for it, because that's my goal. They put it in every possible podcast place, and they also put it on my website and have it so that you can come in and be a guest in there as well and sign up. Like, do you want to be a guest? We check you out, see, are you good enough to be on my podcast? Not that. I'm just looking for a very specific style of a realtor that I want to interview. And so that's our criteria, and those guys are amazing. I was with them, two of them in Portugal when I was there last week, because that's where these guys, one lives in Spain and one lives in Portugal. Two live in Portugal. And the group is great. We do everything either through WhatsApp or Slack. So Slack and WhatsApp are really big for me. And then I have a VA. Now, I have two VAs on my Tech Savvy Realty Solutions channel. My daughter and I will do a video recording. We'll save that recording and I'll send it off to my guy. He edits it and lets us know. He usually does that within a few days. And we now upload that into YouTube ourselves. And we use some software that we have, inexpensive, and that is Taja, T-A-J-A, which I have an affiliate link that I'd be happy to share with you over here. And with that, it takes out the chapters, it creates the biography, you know, your description of it, it's got the heading, it does do the thumbnails, but they're not great yet, they need work on that. So we create those in ChatGPT and Canva. We'll figure those out with some pictures of our headshots. Headshots are always good to have in your thumbnails. Different positions, you know, you'll see a lot. I just did a bunch of, I actually had a photographer do mine in a bunch of different poses, but you can do it with your own cell phone, and you just kind of do it, and you just take the background out so that you've got that just transposed in there. You can do that through Canva, very easy. So I will have all the links of all those places that I do, and discover it yourself. You know, I really encourage you you got to get started, because this is real. You have to be visible. Don't be an invisible agent. You're going to fade away. That's the truth. So do it. You got to invest in it. It's your business. You got to do it. I'm not going to tell you their prices. I'm going to let you they're going to tell you their own prices. But if you're interested in the VA, I'll have that link in there as well, because I did a whole thing on Tech Savvy Realty Solutions on how to hire a VA, the pricing, the job description, how to interview them, everything is in there. So that will help a lot, okay? So that should help you out. There's no reason for you to be invisible anymore, people. Just get over it and let's do it. Use those deals. And if you like this, please subscribe. Please share. And if you're a business builder who wants to talk more and maybe level your business up, let's book a business strategy call with me. I got the link below as well. So share the word. Thanks so much. That's all for today. Bye.